Okay, so I'm just going to get started, and hopefully Bob will join me as soon as he's done chatting with you guys. So as he mentioned, here in the front are the 4-point sway bars, 2 propane tanks. I think he said they were 30 something, and then that goes automatically up and down. The Zip-D thing, the Zip-D awning, and coming in, you've got the door, and that just shows. And then there's this here. So the way that they stay together is if this is locked in like that, which I'm actually going to close while I'm in here. So that's all new flooring. That is LVP. To do the Zip-D awning, you do that here. And then these are for the fantastic vents, as you can see, and that just is a remote that comes up. And in case the kids like to play with this, you can always put that up here where we put like wallets, keys, things like that. So that goes there. Oops. Okay. So there's a leveler here. So then from the door, this is just insulation stuff for if you need it. And then you want to lift this actually up to open. Here are the sheer, so you can kind of see there's sheer like that. So they help block out the sun a bit, but at night you may want to put those these type of installations back up in there. There is a head padding here. These do already have their own, so that's not really needed to add any installation there unless it's a really hot day or something. There's a fan here. This stereo system, which we never, again, like he said, we never really used, but it came with it. We just honestly hung a Bluetooth right here, and that worked great. And then in this one, there's actually more space here. So, and again, we actually put like coats, random things in here, spare food. It just doesn't end up getting used as much, considering it's slightly harder to get to because you kind of have to crawl over the bed to get there. So that was kind of out of the way stuff. And then the lights there, as he said, a fantastic fan there. This light we hardly ever use because it actually is too bright. You've got this skylight, which this opens and closes. Oh, by the way, when you travel, you want this shut because otherwise, if it's open, this will bounce and get too loose. So if you're traveling, make sure that's open. This Bob said he was going to fix up, but that is an LED that he put in and the lights change. The Dometic air conditioner is right here, which is great. At night when we needed it, so you can see that the air conditioner kind of being come out here. But yeah, with the air conditioner, didn't we have to leave the door open at night sometimes so that it would come all the way to the bedroom?
It's got a small vent.
It does.
But it doesn't push enough. So yeah, we crack it open just to get air moving back there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, your system, I can just click it on so you can see that it works. There's multiple modes. This thermostat runs both the AC and the propane furnace and the heat pump if you run a heat pump. So you run the up and down temperatures here. It takes a couple seconds for the signals to get through and for it to kick on. So while we're talking, you'll hear the AC kick on here in a minute. I ran it earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Running hard.
And then here is the freezer.
Good size freezer.
Yeah, pretty good size. I mean, you can fit not like a huge size pizza in there, but definitely ice cream, smaller Totino's, pizzas.
Yep.
I don't know. That's probably like 8 inches deep or so.
Yeah, it's closer to a foot, but yeah.
Okay. Do you think that foot deep? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's get a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Ice cube trays came with it. I think I bought those separate.
I bought those for,
Yeah.
So it all runs here, and basically you turn the system on.
There's a light here.
So it's going to go in auto mode, and it's going to sense whether or not it's got AC or gas. It's in auto, so it's cooling down now. These, I don't never use those. I looked up what they do once, and I think it's like a quick freeze or something like that. I didn't bother with them. But if we had not been on AC, you would actually hear the pilot light clicking in the back, and you'd see that gas light come on, and then it's running on propane. So,
And the fridge.
like I said, huge fridge. There's tons of space in here.
It may not be as big as your home one, but trust me, when you're traveling, it's more than enough.
Yep. So yeah, we've never run out of food.
Yeah, we have way too much food by the end of the week.
Underneath is where I have all the, like, this is what I was telling you. We have like a Wi-Fi booster, or sorry, this is a cell booster. This is like a Wi-Fi, a cell. It pushes cell signal inside, and then all the antennas on the roof terminate to here.
Don't you have to raise the antenna?
You can. You don't
Manually?
have to. Yeah,
okay.
It just gets you more distance. So I've got a router that goes in here that you can have, and then basically it's for us. We don't camp very long, so it was more trouble than it was worth to turn everything on and get it running. So it works great if you're going to be there somewhere for a while and really, kind of stretching the lengths of your cell signal. You'll get more boost out of that. Or if you're at a campsite that has Wi-Fi, that you'll get a better signal inside just because you're not in the aluminum enclosure.
Okay, should we come back here? So this is all stick wood. It's real wood. This is
Chilean.
screwed. No, it's Peruvian.
So the AC just
Yeah.
kicked on. So yeah, blowing cold. And the nice thing about this AC is it'll only run when it's actually cooling. Like our AC in our base camp, the fan runs constantly, and it only runs the cooling section when it's actually needs to bring the temperature down. So you'll hear this kick off when it gets down to whatever temperature you set here. So I'm going to turn that off just from a noise perspective. I just wanted you to see that works.
Okay, all right, so let's go back over here and show the things. So we showed you this shoe area earlier. Okay. Oh. So I like the shoes right by the door so you track less stuff in here. So this tends to fit, for our family more than enough for everyday use. I mean, hiking boots we would actually keep in a separate area, actually under the bed. And that doesn't fill up all the space by any stretch.
No, there's more behind it,
So, you can kind of see here how you can throw... That's where we actually kept spare backpacks from, like, hiking packs and, like, our camelbacks and, what else? Other spare things. So there's plenty of space there. And then, let's see. You already showed how that goes up and down.
Yep.
Which is...
It's just two little...
you kind of like push this, and then push
this
down.
Yeah, and I bought these specific, the Airstream, we custom built this part obviously, but these are the exact same table pistons that Airstream uses when they make them in their models now. So same exact thing.
And in this one, I think we had our vacuum cleaner mostly.
Vacuum cleaner,
Cleaning
like
supplies.
firewood,
firewood.
So it goes all the way back as well. And you see way back in there, that little blue light, that's the Bluetooth connection for the solar and charging controller. So you can run an app on your phone and see where you are on power and everything like that. So that's really handy.
To access that panel in the back too, there's actually access up here. There's a separate panel that you can...
I don't think that one is.
It does. It lifts up here, doesn't it?
No.
It doesn't lift up?
No, that does not. But
does this one lift up?
Yeah, no, this one you're on does.
The one I'm on lifts up.
Yep.
And this was the batteries. So, and then it's got the hole here to open.
Yeah. So, that's where the old batteries used to be stored. So that's where I keep the solar cable wrapped up right now, and then I run it out the little battery access panel on the outside. This is the 2 lithium batteries. This is your inverter, your solar charge controller, your fuse. This is to turn the solar panels on or off, subwoofer, whatever. So we don't typically get in here too much just because we don't want to mess with it. Our kids have never really gotten in there. You could probably put a little locking latch on it if you're worried about them playing around in there.
Oh no, they won't get in there.
It's hard to lift.
They're not going to get in there.
Yeah.
And then opening and closing this window you can do.
It's probably going to be stuck.
It probably will.
Yeah.
So, but you basically unlatch, spin, and then you have to do it on both sides. Unlatch, spin down, and then you lift up.
I would try it on this one.
This one actually you have to open up the outside.
Yeah,
one
there's
first.
exactly. There's you have to lift the shield.
I can show here for example. Yeah. So, and then you just lift up.
Yep, and then they
you
lock
have,
in.
The longer setting.
Yeah, you got 3 settings.
Mm-hmm. So there, or there. Watch out when those are open.
Yeah.
Bob sliced his head open passing by.
Not in this trailer on my old one, but yeah, that little metal piece right there caught me on the head one time.
Yeah, he needed like 3 staples in his head.
Never had a problem with this one. On the back one, it was lower, and I was moving too quickly. So
yeah, some people put little like plastic tags on.
Yep, they do.
What else about here? What's this down here? The fuse bolt.
Yeah, so that's the fuse panel for the 12-volt system, and then this is the master battery shut off. So if I wanted to shut the batteries completely off, I click that over, and it basically disconnects the batteries from everything else. So it's a safety thing, and it's also like a storage thing. If you ever had some kind of battery fire, which God forbid, but you could flick that off, and it's pulling power away from everything else. This little guy, so this is one of my little projects I haven't finished. I had him fish this line. This is going to be a 12-volt connection for your phone, so I had him run the cable for it. I literally have to just connect it, and it'll look fine. It'll look really nice, just a little 12-volt power thing. This is your system for running your for monitoring your batteries, and this is something you and I will have to sit down and walk through in depth because I'm still learning it. It's a smart system. You don't really have to mess with it too much. It gives you more information than you probably ever need. But the good thing is you can pull up the same exact data on your phone. But you're seeing how much power we're pulling off the grid, what mode the charger's in right now. It's in float because the battery's at 100%. So it's only going to top it up as it needs to and doesn't overload it. We've got 298 watts, 300 watts of AC running right now. I don't know what that would be. Maybe I don't know what's running on AC. And if we had solar going right there, you'd see how much solar power you're pulling in on this one. So it's a super slick system. I love it. It's more information than we can get on our other trailer. So I'm going to miss this, but like I said, there's a little learning curve. But the guy who installed all this, I'll give you his number, and he's been more than happy to help. And he can actually access that system. Sorry.
I'm not interested in the batteries.
Yeah. Well, he might be.
Okay, you'll go over it later if he needs to. This is the view from here. So you can kind of this is what helps this trailer feel so big is that you've got a straight shot all the way down. Yep. Sitting here, you've got these directional lights that are stock. And then this is the track if you want to do your own custom curtains. There's one here, and then you can see all the way there if you want to do your own custom curtains. And then there is a light right here too. And then there is a sheer pleated shade right there.
All around. There's a pleated shade here, here, here. Yeah, they were put in by the previous owner.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, should we show the kitchen?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so I think we showed like a little wallet area, 3 different spaces for food.
We typically put plates in there.
Yeah, plates and cups were mostly in here, coffee mugs. This one, I want to say was like dry goods.
Ziploc bags. And
and like cooking items because you've got your stove here. And then this one was like, cereal, marshmallows, crackers.
Apples, bread.
And then here we did, salt, pepper, vitamins, that kind of thing. This is where we put our sponge. This was, I really thought that worked well. And then again, when we do dishes, we had a separate bin that we always put in here. And after we were done doing dishes, we would pick this up, take it to the toilet, and use that to clean the black tanks.
And we stored that collapsible bin like right here. We just set it in here.
Yeah.
Right now, that's just the pizza tray that goes into there. But yeah, it would just set right there. Mm-hmm. We custom made all this to put this toaster oven
and the
in.
dryer rack went in here too.
Yep, exactly. Dryer rack in the. Yep.
So here is garbage, paper towels, doorbell.
That's actually this is that that controller for the power awning.
That's the doorbell.
That's the doorbell.
Yeah.
That's a water filter for this little water system.
Mm-hmm. This is where we have like hot pads, spare napkins.
This is also that same Farrow&Ball paint. We've got some extra you can touch. There's a couple things, a little tiny section.
I think that's from like moving this thing in and out.
Yeah.
Down here, we actually didn't utilize this space nearly as well as we should have because it's just like spare
extra stuff
things.
Yep.
So you can easily put all kinds of more food in here. Cans. I think I've seen a lot of people use this for like soup cans, and I think cereal goes down here. Bowls for the kids, so the kids can actually get their own stuff. So we've got silverware. Obviously, we need to clean these things up. This one was where we put like the knives and and then obviously you have to like lift and pull. Our kids never really got the hang of that.
It's a lift and pull thing so they don't fall open while you're driving.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then this one is where we actually had all our nested pots and pans. And then down here's where we keep the wine. Right there. And like whiskey glasses too.
Yeah. That one's not as deep. But
it perfectly fits a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Towel rack, which we never really put it here. I think we put it here just so that you have access to these. And then the 3-burner stove was more than I ever needed. And they have it does run on propane. You have to turn you don't turn the propane on, do you?
No, the propane it's on. Yeah,
it's
you gotta turn it on outside on the tanks.
Yeah.
So when you were asking about an oven, so there were models that had an oven here. So you could actually pull these. If we ever want to do an oven, you can actually fit these drawers.
Oh yeah, we talked about taking
over
this
here.
Out. Yeah.
You could literally put those drawers in. It's the exact same width. You just move them over, and then you could do a dometic oven in here. But like I said, we're happy with the setup. It's worked more than well enough for us, so we never change it out. Vent fan. This is This is all your system monitor as far as your status on everything. It's off right now.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt. These tank meters never work properly. It's a common issue with all trailers. So we just kind of go off of just our knowledge of how much we've used. And the LP ones work great though. There are LP monitors on the tanks outside, so it's really great to know how much LP you've got. This is also where you turn that water pump on and off. So I usually leave that thing off.
Let's see, decorative things. So here is the kids' bunks. And actually, I'll get in here so you can see just how big they are. Oh, and I was going to show you kind of what we did. So this is how I fit.
Yeah.
So, I literally took a nap in here.
Yeah, she did.
I did.
I caught her.
There's a picture. The light turns on here. We have some glow-in-the-dark
these are
stars.
little glow-in-the-dark stars stuck there, and then this fabric actually is glow-in-the-dark fireflies, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So that one is, I want to say the bottom one is 27 inches wide by 65 or something like that, whereas the top one is a little more narrow. I want to say it's 24, same length. So the smaller kid the bigger kid always wanted to be on the top, so she slept up here.
And the fabric is kind of coming off a little bit. It kind of had some wrinkles in it, so I just never tore it down and put it back on. You could easily do that if this bothers you, like if you're a perfectionist, fully understand. But it did kind of fall. It'll stick back up a little bit. So you just have to play with it, but it obviously still sticks. And then there's a handlebar for the kids to climb up and down along with like a grippy area.
Yeah, put grip tape on there.
Yeah, grip tape. And this was never a problem with the kids. They as soon as they were in here, they loved just closing it up.
It's like their own little getaway spot.
Yeah. And so they can have their own quiet time, which I think everybody needs when you're in such a close space. So the kids each get their own quiet space that really belongs to them, which I think adds so much to the experience when they have their own specific space. And these really are very, very good blackouts. Mm-hmm. And they're just tension rods. So you can take those off and on if you need to. Like if they need to go in timeout and you don't want them to do whatever.
I did want to show real quick, you asked about the construction on this. Can you lift this up? So it's I don't have it completely made properly, but like this is where you access the pump. So the water pump is right here. This is just your wheel well, and then this is all PEX plumbing lines and stuff. But you can see this bed frame is like solid welded steel all the way around, and then he put the same thing up inside underneath here. So you've got solid welded steel frame for both these bunks. They're not going to go anywhere. They'll hold I've crawled into the top bunk when I was painting up there. I could barely fit.
You weigh like 200.
Yeah, and it was not a problem. So we talked about.
And then we cut these. Just there's like a foam and like a little pillow top on there.
She custom stitched some fitted sheets that go over those. I just
took one and sliced them up.
Yeah, so when we've got like bed stays to pull them together. These were just after we took these cabinets out. We didn't have anything to do with them, so we made this into like a little bookshelf thing.
It's kind of our library, and then like toys could go in here, or not candles, but you can store candles there. The kids collect rocks and stuff, so this is kind of like a rock collection too. So that was just kind of a fun little area. And then this is the laundry space.
Yeah, it goes way back there. Lots of space. It was another just empty space we didn't have anything to do with, so it became our laundry spot.
Yeah, I think we just kind of threw things in there, kicked them in, and then there was a laundry basket in there, I think, or a laundry bag.
Large skylight here.
Skylight.
Yeah.
Separate light.
You can cover that up.
Yeah. Oh, and then here this door opens and closes.
Yep.
And then there's a latch that
the latch we didn't put back on yet.
Yeah.
I've still got it. It's a simple just hasp.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool if you pull that one shut, show the design, like as we custom did these doors too, so when you close them both, it has a nice matching design.
Again, like if you're a perfectionist, you'll like that.
Yeah. Gold, like kind of like gold leaf paint on all that, so it turned out pretty nice.
Yeah, that was all hand done.
Yep.
That was fun though.
Yeah, it was a fun project.
Yeah. So then, this will open and close. And then on the back, so there's a light here, skylight here. In the bathroom, there is a fan here. Oh, and then also, I don't know if you can see here, these were for that insulation because this is a light, kind of, the light will come through. So that if you want a complete blackout and nothing coming through here, this is just to put the silver insulation. This fell and broke.
Yeah, we could probably replace that. We haven't bothered yet. The cover just broke, and
yeah.
This
can hold all manner of things, lotions.
There was a lift on this thing. I bought a replacement one to try to make it work, and it just needs a hydraulic little thing like the rest of the cabinets have. I need to order one that fits a little better. And then
it has like little decorative things that I would just kind of store up there for transport, and then put it back. Spare wallpaper. Let's see. We need to fix this because I was trying to like lift this and maybe change it. So I kind of damaged the wallpaper, so we can fix that or put some of the.
There's extra, you might want to match it up.
Down in here is space for. What is that? For the toilet?
It's you put it down in the black water tank to like reduce smells and stuff like that. So you just drop a packet down in there, and it's
and then room for cleaning supplies. And then this is where we had like the kids' toothpaste, toothbrushes, hair ties. And then this was, I think, like our first aid kit was here.
Yeah,
so like kids could come and get Band-Aids.
Hairbrushes,
Yeah. The toilet is the stock toilet. It's got the the spray bidet.
Yeah.
That comes with it.
Which is it's a bidet, but it's actually nice because the kids like would destroy the toilet, and that was nice. That was nice to have to spray down any solid waste that got kind of stuck in there. You've got that thing to spray it out real quick, which is super handy, and I miss it on our new one. So.
And then push. It's kind of funny if you travel for some time.
Yeah, it's a half flush, so there's. So you can kind of hold it halfway.
So if someone needs to do a number 2,
you fill it with water. Let it fill up a bit. Float as much as you want, and then when it's done,
let them do their business.
Drop it. Yep.
Yeah.
So you can hear that pump running in the background because we're not hooked up to water. So.
Shower, which you did not get to see, and you said this was burned out.
Yeah, I just need to change the bulb. It's just an automotive style bulb.
Okay. So here is that oxygenic shower head. No, this isn't the oxygenic.
No, it's the one that came out of our base camp.
But then this turns it off and on, so you can do your Navy showers. And then also this kind of goes up and down. So like
the
say
little
for the kids
wanted
or whatever. That goes up and down. Usually for transport, we actually would pull this off and sit on
just
the ground.
because it falls anyway.
It would automatically fall.
Yeah.
Shampoo
little
conditioner.
shampoo conditioner thing we put on the wall.
Towel rack. And then we have the towel rack back there too.
Yeah, there's another one we mounted there.
Yeah, just because in here it gets a little humid.
So this is really nice actually because this used to be a small like 3-inch fan, and the guy when he put that fantastic fan up front, he pulled the old one out and put it here. So you've got a full-size fan here in the bathroom to really pull all that humidity and stuff out of here. And when it's really hot in this trailer, we'll open everything up and run all 3. You want to look at the bathtub? Yeah.
So this is the kind of bathtub area. It's not obviously a home bathtub, but it's enough. Like it's like 2-3 inches will sit in here. A kid can sit here. A kid can sit here. Both when our kids were your kids' ages, they would both sit in there. And we'd have like a little basket of toys, and they would stay in here for like an hour. I mean, they really loved it, just splashing and
magnet, I think.
Yeah, And so, and we never, we did have like a thing here, a bath mat, but it hardly ever like got wet when the kids were taking a bath. It was fantastic. So, and then this has grass cloth on the back as well. So,
Similar to the bedroom.
yeah. And then there's this for your towels. I would recommend getting thinner towels so that they quick
They
dry.
don't bunch up. Well, also when you get a bunch of towels here, they bunch up and they take up space, and yeah. So
Yeah. Okay, so there's our library. There's that. Okay, and then I don't know if we talked about like if they wanted anything else in here that we can take out, like our bed sheets we don't need, but
yeah.
anyway, you got those sconces from West Elm.
Yeah, these are West Elm. So
Plus,
it's an actual,
these are
household style sconce, but I use 12-volt bulbs in them, so it works on the 12-volt system.
And these are
really nice. Yeah.
the stock ones, like from
I
the
think
front.
one of these is burned out.
I don't think we ever even used them. What I would do is for me, when I did this, I would have packing cubes, and that's how I would do like my shirts, sweaters, jeans up in here. This was just kind of decorative. I had like a little plant in here. Right here, there's an outlet right there, so you can charge your phone. And yeah, so for this, there is a hanger if you choose to do that. Some people don't, and I think you can actually remove.
Comes out, yeah.
Yeah, this shelf can come out. I think it's screwed in. So you can hang a couple jackets if you like. And then there is this. This was like my sock drawer. I never really used that. Probably better. There probably is some purpose for it.
We're gonna put when we did this flooring, we never finished this piece right here. So this cable, I need to come up with a way to cover this. I've got more of this flooring, or I might just do like a crown molding type piece down there just to cover that. So
And then this is that same here with the track if you want to put something in there.
yeah, another bigger curtain.
This is where I had my various shoes. Yeah, put all your hiking boots in there.
That comes up really easy. It's on hydraulics, so you can lift it one person.
And this is kind of a secret compartment here.
Yeah,
so
there's that.
that was
so
always
those
fun.
are those two storages you pull up from the side, and then that actually goes all the way through back to the back. You can access it from the outside. Yeah. So that's what we talked about. And he the guy who had this before us, he like insulated all this. There's tons of insulation between the bed and the in that space, so the heat doesn't radiate up through there.
Yeah, and so this is where we had spare kid shoes, spare everything really. And so more kid clothes can fit in there. Your clothes can fit in there. It's amazing how well your clothes pack down.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
This
and then
pops back down.
the other side's pretty much exactly the same.
Yep. And then this is your breaker box for your 110 volt system. So you got your fuses up front for the 12 volt, and then the 110 volts back here. And this wiring is how he ran the inverter. That's how you get 110 volt power on the batteries.
Then fantastic fan here with a black kind of blackout cover that clips there.
Yep.
So I'm not left-handed.
It's all right.
There we go. There we go.
Yep.
And then light, which we never used that. I mean, this soft light here was way better.
Yeah.
Grass cloth back there.
Hooks for
Fan, hooks for hats, scarves, jackets, etc.
this door, you can actually snap it open so it doesn't shift in transit.
That was the water heater, I think, for the
It's
shower.
just like, the water heater is underneath that panel.
And
there.
so that's what we took out on.
on the other side.
the
We
other
actually
side.
still have that. We could put that back in too.
We could, yeah. Okay, what else are we missing? We call this Tatanka, which is why we have the buffalo.
Yeah, if you don't like the decorations, we can take them down. Like,
Yeah.
this is all stuff we collected in our travels. This is a really nice Navajo rug we bought in Sedona, and custom ordered this, bought this in Colorado. So, if you're not hip on this style,
We'll take it back.
We'll be happy to take that stuff back. And put
It's stuff we
somewhere
like.
else. Yeah. Don't feel bad if you're like, I don't like it. So,
Yeah, you won't hurt our feelings.
we like the stuff. Window here opens. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 windows you could pop open to let air in, and 3 fantastic fans, and then 2 12-volt air mover fans. So you can really, that's why I say we tried not to use AC as much as possible. We wanted to kind of like have a little bit of that nature feel.
This is what again?
This is the crank to take the TV the TV,
TV
mast
antenna.
up. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And what is that right there?
this is a smoke alarm.
Oh, okay.
So,
We never used that trash can. I don't know why
Not
that's
much.
sitting there. I think that's from like construction and cleaning.
this power, this is actually like run down into the wall, so that this is the power that I use for the router down there.
Sorry, that's for TV?
This is the TV antenna. That's where the antenna goes to the up there, and this is just a shut off for this for these. It's a 12-volt thing that I can shut these little lights off.
That's a light thing, yeah.
So.
Okay. And that's all the Airstream information that we have.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Oh, wait, what's that back there?
this is what I was talking about. This cabling is what he ran to do the 110-volt system. So we can either do crown molding, or I have a panel I can put on this wall. We can talk about how you want to do it. I can do it ahead of time if you want, but this can be it tucks in behind on these guys, but it definitely needs to be hidden behind something, and I'm pretty handy. I can do that. I just never got around to it. This is your satellite hookup. If you had a TV and you wanted to hook it up to like cable, like some campsites apparently have cable, that's how you connect to it. Just another power thing.
I don't know. For me, if we ever did have the kids watch TV, like if I lost my mind, I would just have them sit up on my laptop.
Yeah.
With like a preloaded video or
Well,
of
once
some
in a
kind.
while, if you wanted to watch sports, I guess for me,
I guess that's true.
Like we tailgate with this thing, and so it was nice to have a TV on our. We'd had mounted before. We took it down when we did the remodel, but I bought a TV that fits on this wall right here, and it's on a. You can move it around and everything. So if you want that TV, you're welcome.
Oh, what were you gonna do about this right here?
So I was trying this light out because I like this style better than these. But when I could never find a piece that fits. So I have all of these lights. If you decide you didn't like this style of light, all it needs is someone to fabricate a little panel to cover this hole. So I still have this original light that was up here, but these are a lot like it's got this kind of cool blue light the kids like, but they're more LED like dimmable, and so like I can dim these down or brighten them up, right? So that gets really bright. But I wanted to have I was going to try something different. I just never could find the piece to fit here. So like I said, I have the original light there. I can put that back in, but I bought all these for the entire trailer. If you had somebody handy that could just fabricate a little plywood piece and paint it to match, you could have a better style light on all of these.
Yeah. So then for these, again, there's no cover. So we would just put the insulation.
You've got the
sheer.
The sheer, and then if you wanted to, you can buy like those, when you buy blinds, they have the little connectors on the side. You could actually like attach those here, and you could have them fixed in place. And then so I was going to try to do that, and I never got around to it. There's a lot of little things that we wanted to do, but the best piece of advice that I ever got from somebody was Ian Watts, was the guy I bought this from, and he said like, you'll spend all your time working on these things, but it doesn't matter, just get out there and camp. And so that was our theory. We just it was all the million things that we wanted to do. If we had let it stress us out, we would have never gotten out there. We just got out and did it. So there's a lot.
And then I think we showed you this earlier, but these open up. That was where we had our coffee, because Bob needs his coffee.
I need coffee.
Tons of kids' books and stuff there. I think we also we also had a separate basket that we'd kind of kick around that would have random toys.
Yep.
So that obviously can take in and out.
Oh, also, so
can you pick that up and just kind of show how it works?
So I just had these like non-slip things on here, and they're really, they bother me. She included when she stitched these, she stitched the Velcro on it. So my intent was eventually to put the corresponding Velcro pieces on here, so that I don't have to deal with rearranging them. We were trying to make sure we understood how everything worked before we fixed them down permanently. But all of these pads have that Velcro bit underneath that you could Velcro them in place.
Does this one have it underneath?
No, so on this one, what you could do...
Oh, right, because we don't want Velcro on there, obviously.
Yeah, you don't want Velcro on the table, so you attach a strap here, and this is how Airstream does it too. You attach a strap, and then it goes back to a button or something on this piece, and that keeps that
like
from
a
sliding
snap
off. But honestly, they shift around a little bit, but they haven't been so much of a problem that we've really cared to permanently fix them in place, So...
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
No, these fans I showed earlier. Again,
Yeah.
There's one in the bedroom. There's one up here. They are on timers as well, so if you didn't want it running all night long, there's 3 speeds. They angle all over the place. They're plastic, so if your finger does touch them, it's not going to hurt anything. But yeah, they're really nice to have, and I'm probably going to install these in our new trailer too.
Okay, should we show the outside?
Yeah, let's walk through.
Okay, I'm not wearing my shoes, so how about you show the outside, because I don't know much about the outside.
Okay, yeah, so...
Okay, I'm gonna Bye. If you have any questions, let us know. We're happy to answer even
Yep.
after you buy it.
Yeah.
Help you buy it. Bye.
So yeah, 31 footer. It's listed as a 30, but it's actually 31. That's the equalizer hitch that will come with it. That cover comes off. Two 30-gallon tanks in here. Right, so and I've replaced this propane controller. This is how you switch from tank to tank. There's a little lever on the front of that. All right, okay. So these are your tank meters, and these are hooked. This system is how you read it. That's how you can read them on the inside. That's the leveler we talked about. So Leslie wants to show you something.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to show you how we actually did these things. So, we actually had purple unicorn boxes, but the way that we did this is, so as you can see, like numerous bags can fit in here. So let's see, these were color coded, tagged. I wouldn't use a plastic tag like this, but it's like t-shirt, shorts, and then you just fill it with, you can fit a week's worth of t-shirts like just in this. And that would go in here. And so each kid could know their full wardrobe. And then it would just go in at the end of the bed here.
Yep.
Like that. So until your kid is full grown like me, this will work. So
They worked really well.
they do, and they each get one in here, and it fits in great. And that way also, like, you can just easily throw things in there for them as well. And it works for both ways.
Yep.
So I just wanted to show that because you asked about wardrobes, and no, there's no wardrobe. But this works great.
But, again, with all that storage you've got underneath there that we've never really used, you could use, there's places to put kid stuff. Kid clothes could go in one of those. But I literally filled that one full of coffee stuff. If you don't care that much about coffee, that could be a kid one. They can lift those up and get into them because they obviously use that one for their toys. So you've got...
and then diapers. That's what we did.
Yeah.
That's what we did
Diapers.
for diapers. We had a separate basket that was right here that was kind of our basket, our diaper area. And there was like the diaper changing mat that we would then put over here. Baby wipes were here. And so we would just have the mat and everything. And then the diaper basket would kind of double as a toy bin because it was kind of collapsible. And like we could literally like kick it over
underneath,
there.
yeah, underneath
Because it
those.
would slide, and that worked great.
Yep.
When our kids were nice.
Yep, tons of options.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to show that one thing.
All right.
Okay, now I'm going to say goodnight.
So yeah, again, these guys, you undo these. I'm not going to do it right now, but basically you lift those off. Then you can lift this whole thing up and this protective cover, and that's how you're able to open that front window from the inside. So it's the only one of these that's like that. You have to have this so that rocks don't break these windows, and you've got them on both front, and then you've got these panels down here to also protect from rocks. So awning, all this stuff here. You've got your furnace. That's your kitchen window. I put this on here because this light by itself is annoying and other campers don't like it. So I put this cover to direct the light downwards, and some people really like that. And they copied my plan there. Aftermarket wheels, those are 16-inch wheels. You've got an outlet that runs off of 110. That's how you fill your water tank from a hose or whatever. Bedroom window. It's got 4 stabilizers, and that's how you run them down, is those little brackets right there. I use a power drill and just run the stabilizers down. Keeps the trailer from moving around while you're walking inside of there. Awning on the back that you pull down, and you can have some shade. That's that garage area we talked about that goes into underneath the bed. There's another little tray here. I'm not going to pull it out because I'm trying to do this one-handed, but there's a tray here that has like the manual jack for running the stabilizers down, and you could throw hoses or what else in there. I don't use this very often. This is just some reflective tape the last guy put on here. It probably needs to be replaced. So power connection there. It's an aftermarket Furrion cable and Furrion power connection. So that's actually an upgrade from what it normally comes with. It's more secure. You've got some little storage things here. There's your black tank flush hose, or your black tank hose to drain it out. So there was a panel on there. It broke off, but You could, yeah, it's basically, it stays in there. It's a really high-end flush system, and they're really nice. I wish I had this on my other trailer. This is much nicer. That's where you hook it up to. You've got your black tank flush, gray tank flush. Everything comes out right here. Store it right there. So this is your hot water heater, where you access it from. You don't have to do anything in there. This is behind the fridge here. So your fridge, your propane fridge, that's where all the connections are and everything for that. We don't need to open that up. Awning here, awning here. So those are nice all around, having awnings. If you're in a hot, sunny area, like that's, you got awnings on the whole trailer. So very nice. Can't really see the roof too much, but yeah, that's it. So you've seen that, my truck. And I did mention briefly, we got some new little hail dings that we're not too happy about. These weren't here before. They're minor. I mean, there's one there, one there, one there. You know, it got, this is golf ball size hail that did this. And I'm just upset that it happened when it did, but you know, I just found that this morning. So I did talk to you about that already. There's one up there. If that's a real problem, we can talk about what options there might be. But like I said, it's not a matter of if, it's when it's going to get hail. So another one here. We call them beauty marks. All Airstreams end up getting them if they are stored outside for any length of time. So, and then the only other outside denting was this. The previous owner had backed the trailer up and kept hitting a little branch and didn't know he was doing it. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 little dents here. It's not on a seam. There's no way for water to get in there, so I never bothered with it like on any of that. So again, it's a great looking trailer. We get compliments on it all the time. It's big. It's plenty big for your family. You've seen the inside. So anyway, hope that's all helpful. By all means, watch the video, ask questions, take some notes, and we can walk through anything you want to talk about and go from there. And then, you know, if you end up buying this, we'll do this all again, and I'll make sure you're comfortable with all the systems. You know how to operate them. I didn't get that when I bought mine, so this is invaluable information that I'd be glad to share with you. So definitely look forward to being able to do that too, because I love people coming in the Airstream community, and I'm very passionate about it. So I want to see this trailer go to a good family. So anyway, hope that's helpful. We'll get this uploaded here soon, and I'll share you the link. Have a great day.